There's going to be a change of the status quo. And instead of wanting you to pressure me back into, okay, let's take that off the table, I'm wanting to bring it forward as let's consider it. Obviously, with family pressures from the outside and you having to hold boundaries, you're not necessarily going to come to them with, hey, I'm thinking of changing things and what do you think about it? That's always only with your immediate family unit. But in the sense that the proactive communication is necessary, you've got to first start with understanding where you're at with it. And that's, like I said, step one. So I went through step one real quick with God, and for months, I was thinking about it and praying about it, and then bringing it to my husband every so often, well, what if we did it this way? Because he immediately said, I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds off the wall. It was way before it was more common for homeschooling. And even then, it's new to you, then it still sounds like it's off the wall. So it came to a point where, we addressed objections. We said, well, maybe you could look this way and maybe it could look that way. And I was never just saying, here's how it's going to be. It was more saying, I'm considering this and I'm wanting to keep this open door. So step one, you're figuring it out for yourself, and you are then saying, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to tell our extended family. And that's like step two, where you're going and saying, hey, we're going to homeschool. This is what it's all about, and so forth. And this is the things we talked about. These are the obstacles we anticipated, and just preparing their minds to understand that we've thought this through, and here's our decision. And then here now, in step three, this idea that, okay, well, here you are. Shaking up the status quo, but realizing that for us, well, this is a type of spiritual discipline. It's holding steady with something that a lot of other people are like, what are you doing this for? And all through this last step, it's really about settling into that practice of just holding steady. It's an act of faith out of self-respect. It's an act of trust in the guidance you're getting, in the sense you have about the rightness of the direction you're going, and then just being humble to honor that and to do your best to live it fully.